Okay, this is my Twitch experience. So I'm probably going to look at this paper. I wrote a bunch of notes down that I want to discuss. But first off, I have appreciation and shout out to a few streamers. One for actually seeing me and my chat. I Show Speed and TikiB1 for amazing content in Africa and places I'll probably never see in this life. Okay, let's see, a shout out to the number 2 and number 3 streamers, longest subathon streamers, Buddy Pedals and Beard Hub. I couldn't do what they do for 24 hours a day, every day for years. You know, that's crazy. You know, they deserve a big shout out for what they do. I know their content can be boring at times because they're doing it 24 hours a day. You know, that's insane. Give them a shout out. Yeah, I gotta give a disclaimer here. I'm not the greatest streamer and never claiming to be one. What I'm going to discuss is from my personal experiences in other streamer chats based on my view for community mods, VIPs, and experience with streamers. Okay, so let's see. To start off, the bread and butter, the community. Can't read my own writing because it's too small. People are there for support and content as a group. Try not to spoil the content with so much unneeded spam and slurs. If you don't like the content, no one is forcing you to stay. You can move on. You know, it's just not for you. Just move on. That's kind of what I'm doing, really. If you don't like the let's see. So if you do like the content, being a little active. I'd say hi, you know, to the streamer, comment, or even give them an idea. It may help motivate the streamer and give them some direction for a future stream. Flipping it is great also to help your favorite streamer pick up some new viewers. If you are looking to feel more of the community, join their platforms in Discord. Also, you might try newer, smaller streamers that actually take the time and read the chat with you, you know, and discuss stuff with you. Because some of the bigger streamers, you know, they get tons of spam, you know, people claiming they love them and blah, 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 you know, and their chat just moves so fast, or they're just too busy focusing on the content that they're doing that they don't pay attention to the chat. So, you know, a bigger streamer might not be for you, you know. I mean, you could watch their content, but if you really want to feel bigger part of the community and want to communicate with the streamer, I suggest a smaller streamer would be better. Okay, so I want to give a shout out to the moderators, the editors, the cameraman, and other helpers behind the stream. It takes a lot of hours editing clips, videos, and sitting there watching stream after stream, trying to make sure there is a good environment for the rest of the community and the streamer. Sometimes you feel like you're overlooked and not appreciated. You're not getting paid to do this most of the time. Some people do get paid, but most of, especially smaller streamers, you're not going to get any money out of it. It's your payment is, you know, you get to be part of the content, basically, you know, and that could be, you know, a good feeling, especially if the streamer appreciates you and says he appreciates you. but sometimes they get tied up in the content and forget about what's going on. So I want to give another shout out to IShowSpeed's bodyguards. They kept him, kind of safe from crazy fans. We're jumping all over him in the Africa thing. There were some crazy moments there. I suggest going back and watching IShowSpeed's Africa trip. It was really good, and also TK1. That's some good content. Yeah. Okay, so next I want to talk about the streamers themselves. Okay, so the streamers need to take time to listen to the community and viewers. After all, they literally are your bread and butter. Without them, your stream isn't going anywhere. They may have good ideas for your next stream, or maybe point something out that's not. I want to say. What is that? That may be hurting your viewer count. Because I've seen some people using a lot of bad words, and it's for some small community, you're probably going to pick up some, adults that are okay with it, but if you're trying to get to be a very big streamer, I've watched a lot of the bigger streamers. I don't see them using, a lot of really vulgar words in their streams. I may miss some of their streams, but most of them, they're a little bit kid friendly. Actually, there's actually kids that come on their streams sometimes, and so they gotta be careful of the words they use. And that's one thing you need to be a little bit careful with if you want to be a bigger streamer. You're gonna have to tone down the comments a little bit to get the viewers that you want. Let's see. So yeah, you don't have to listen 100% or like somebody's idea 100%, but you can pull them aside in your Discord or direct message in Whisper or other platforms. I don't know what other platforms like Skype's gone or what they got now, Teams and other stuff like that, and discuss it with them in private. You don't need to bring it out in the chat, and try to make them look bad. Like, yeah, your idea sucks. Get the fuck out of my stream. That's not cool. You're an adult. You're trying to make money. And if somebody is giving you ideas and in your stream, that means they're probably helping you out, with subs and getting your content out there and shit. You would have a little more respect for them and take it out of the chat. Don't do it live and try to make them look bad, because you're not only making them look bad, you're making yourself look bad because you're acting like a little kid. That I've had that happen, and it's not cool. And it really the advice I was trying to give, it got out of context. I think that he misunderstood what I was trying to say. It's hard when you try to type to people and you're not voice chatting with them. I was just trying to show him the numbers. These numbers are working with this type of content, but this other content is not working. And when he brought it out to me in the chat, live in front of everybody, it's like, all right, yeah, your fucking stream sucks, your content's boring. I came out and said that, and I wasn't meaning the whole damn content that he does, it's just some of the content he does is just not my vibe, and I didn't want to lay that out in the chat, but it kind of ticked me off when he brought it up, you know. I was trying to keep it in the background, private, you know, and just have a discussion, a man-to-man discussion, and try to help him move his stream to another level, you know, type thing. But okay, anyway, so I'm getting it back off of my thing here. Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, you know, discuss it in private with your friends next time, or your community if you guys are friends or community. Yeah, so yeah, see, and now I got bad vibes from him. I move on. I can tell my other friends, yeah, this is what happened in this chat. This guy was uncool. So I wouldn't watch him. It's not worth your time. It's a waste, you know, because if you become friend with him and then he just, you know, throws you to the wolves, you know, kind of thing, makes you look like you're bad when you're actually trying to help give him some legitimate feedback on what's going on. And you got the numbers there because I got the videos. I had the videos. I deleted them all, but I had the videos with the stats showing how many viewers and stuff like that. Okay, anyway, it's you know, in conclusion, be careful of the investments, time, and effort you may give to a community and a streamer, because you might think you have some good advice or good intentions for some people, but they might misunderstand it completely, take it out of context, and it come back and bite you in the ass, you know. But I'm kind of glad it happened because it showed me the truth about the streamer, you know. It saved me from wasting more time and saved me money, you know, because I was planning to invest more money. You know, I already invested subs, bits, a little bit. I don't have a lot of money. I'm not rich, but you know, I felt like I was giving, trying to get his content out there so others that might have money could come view and watch his streams. You know. So, and their community, but you know, his community just like boom, you know, flipped on a dime. You know, they didn't hear the whole story and understand what I was doing and saying. You know, and it's like, yeah, you know, that's what they told me. You know, I saw the stream. You know, get rid of it. You know, delete him. You know, kick him out, whatever. You know, after all the shit I did for them, you know, it all flipped on a dime like that, you know. And just one comment from him, and the whole community stood by him, which is cool, you know. It's his community, you know, and they should support him, but they should, you know, the way they did it, it is uncool. The way they did it. So my final shout out is to new streamers, and good luck with your communities. You know, be real. You know, and be friends. You know, and don't backstab people and do shit like that. You know, that it's just a turnoff. You know, and I really love the guy, and I wanted to help the guy, and I was trying everything I could to help him. You know, spending hours of my time. You know, I could have spent with my grandkids and stuff, but no, I spent it with him, doing his shit for him. You know, so anyway, I just had to get that off my chest. I have no real hard feelings for the guy. I just hope he learns, be more respectful to your community, you know, and the people who are trying to help you. You know, if there's something you don't like, take it to a private chat. Don't be doing that shit. That was so unfair, so uncool. And I'm not even mentioning his name, but yeah, be careful, all of you that are in the community and following streamers. Thank you for watching my video.